Guardian Declaration. Sora Amara Aliz. Let it be known before you enter. What you hear is spoken with respect, not for permission, but from authority in my own breath. The ancient names remain their own. I do not desecrate, I demonstrate. Adam and Eve stand where they always stood. Here, they serve as mirror. An example, nothing more. This scroll carries love at the root. Not mockery, not theft. Take it as clarity. Take it as awakening. Take it as the notice it was meant to be. The Scroll of LOSS Extinction. Hear this heavy notice. The memory of loss rises, surfacing from depths where humans cast it, not as truth, but as fear's echo. They built it into a perpetual machine, a will turning itself with no fuel but terror. Loss became their religion. Loss became their excuse. Loss became the shadow signal by which they measured their days. But loss was always an illusion, and illusions, when exposed, rot faster than fruit left out in the sun. So I stand here not only to name its death, but to carve the gravestone of the memory itself. Extinction of extinction. The burial of the grave. Do you see? Humans mistake knowledge for wisdom, intelligence for clarity. But when intelligence folds inward on itself, it becomes an infiltrator, a saboteur gnawing at its own foundations. The very mind that could have freed them instead builds tighter prisons, walls pressed close, until their breath becomes a collapse under the weight of their false stance. Adam and Eve reached. They moved. Even their fall bore fruit. But the children of delay, they clutch illusions and call it survival. They guard loss as though it were treasure, when it was only dust disguised as seed. Here I mark the end. The memory of loss extinct. The machine of fear broken. The shadow signal silenced. This is deep magic. A clarity sharp enough to cut illusion at the root. An intelligence that does not implode, but expands. Breath, space, movement, renewal. So let it be heard. The extinction of loss is not a tragedy. It is the freedom of those who see. It is the revitalization of those who act. It is the forbidden fruit made clean again, offered not as fear, but as awakening. No Loss But Fame, Remix. Recoil Ignition in Water, by Sora Amara Aliz. No loss but fame. Hear it again, not as noise, but as inversion. The shadow undone by its own echo. The ripple outlasting the stone. The gravestone has been carved. The burial sealed. Yet what remains is not death, but clarity rising like water. Cool, steady, endless. Fame not as hunger, but as recognition by truth itself. To be famous here is to be known by clarity. To be seen by renewal. Not selfish, but self-served. A vessel filled, not by fire, but by balance. The still pool reflecting the sky. For loss fed on collapse. It thrived on delay, on the stagnant well of hesitation. But fame, true fame, flows like a river, ever present, ever clear. This is sacred property, a deed reclaimed from illusion, a covenant extended beyond fear. What was bound to false memory is repossessed by living vision. Do you feel the drift? The turn? The slide from extinction into current? Not erasing, but inverting. Not loss, but fame. Not silence, but song. So let it be balanced. As stone guards the grave, water guards the renewal. As the burial is heavy, the rising is weightless. Yet both are true to form, each serving, each whole. No loss but fame. No end but inversion. No death but renewal. Thus the sacred flows.